driving is rural, still well-maintained, well-traveled areas of Central Oregon. But part of the reason switching to a true winter tire with a soft compound and studded is because this is going to be most of my traveling this winter.
One addendum I'd like to make is for the winter tires. Now, most of my traveling, my driving habits, driving style, environment for the winter was mostly backcountry use. As you guys know, I usually go out and explore the middle of nowhere, and because of that, I never went to a true winter tire. Most of the roads in the Seattle area had very occasional snow, and to me didn't warrant having a true winter tire. These were pinned for studs. These are the Hankook MTs that I've always had on here, and I thought they'd have done a very good job. I've always had this spare. I figured if I needed studs, I could have these studded, buy a second one, and then rotate those out. Now, you can't stud tires that have already been on the road, so part of the reason is that's why I would use my spare and simply buy one more tire to help offset the cost of spending an enormous amount of money for a whole other set of tires. Now that I'm in Oregon and my driving habits have changed quite a bit, mostly financial for work, I do a lot more highway driving and road driving than I ever did in Seattle through the winter. And so because of that, I chose to get a true set of winter tires. And I say true winter tires because this is what they call a soft compound tire. You can see the amount of siping on here and the soft rubber that I can literally just move with my fingers. Generally, these do wear a little bit quicker because of the soft compound, but because of all the siping and the fingers in here, they're, like I mentioned before in the previous videos, you can get all those little fingers grabbing all the ice and the snow and whatnot. I did choose to get these studded. The studs, we'll see how well they wear. I've never been a fan of studs only because they just don't last that long. Studs were never meant to be driven on asphalt. Some people have the argument that it's wearing the roads down. I don't quite follow that theory. It depends on where you live and the environment that you're in, but I know that large trucks carrying heavy loads can wear the pavement just as quick all year round. So it really depends. I won't get into that argument at all. I will tell you that the tires I chose were the Firestone Winter Force. They are a directional tire. They have to be mounted a certain way just due to the lugs. And this is soft compound, and I chose to stud it. Now, so far, the wet traction has been great. The studs have not hampered. A lot of people have the theory that the studs are horrible on wet roads. I haven't seen that. Part of that was, I think, the local tire shop buried these studs a little too deep. They should be a little bit shallower, but I think overall, the way the studs are designed in here, you still have plenty of tire purchase on here that really shouldn't affect the overall traction on dry, wet roads. Like I said, the studs will wear quicker because they're only designed to be on compact snow and ice. So depends on how much highway driving you do that is not covered in snow and ice. Depends on how well these will wear. Overall, back road dirt stuff has been phenomenal. These are considerably smaller. Give you guys a look of a 35 12.5 versus these guys is quite a bit smaller tire. Because I never changed the gear set on here, I do have a little bit more pep. Because of the smaller tires, these are a 265/75 R15, which translates to a light truck tire of a 31 10.5. Because these aren't light truck, these only are a 4-ply and not a 6-ply. I haven't seen any issues with driving ability or anything with them so far. We will see in the backcountry because I'm sure I will still be out in the middle of nowhere in these, and so it'll be a good test. I'll probably do an update later in the winter. Just these true winter tires, smaller, less ability to clean a whole bunch of snow in the backcountry, but great for packed snow and ice. We'll see how they work as overall, whether I'm happy with the purchase or not. I did get these off of Tire Rack. They were like $94 a piece. So not only because of the smaller size, but the winter, it was cost effective. The other nice thing is I'm going to keep these on the original Scout rims, and I'll show you at a later date that I do have a separate set of wheels that I got for really cheap. So I will have a true set that I can just throw on in the winter. Overall wear, we'll see how it goes, but because this is a winter tire and I'll have my all seasons back for spring, you know, you're only running one set for half the year basically. And whether it's worth it in your environment, what your driving style, and where you go is really up to you. But I chose to do this year, and was just giving you kind of an update in my winter preps, and I thank you for watching.
Make sure you give the guy in front of you all the space he needs. Especially early in the winter, you don't know how many people have put off putting on snow tires. They may be running on all seasons, and any sort of slickness, you don't know their driving ability at all. Most people around here are pretty good about giving people space. See, all these guys are spaced out pretty well. The guy behind me is spaced out behind me, and we're doing exactly the speed limit. I drive with my lights on pretty much every day, all day, doesn't matter what. But a good rule of thumb is anytime your windshield wipers are on, your headlights should be on.